guys, it's Kim and welcome back. We have another battle report, once again with Tom Clucci. Many people have requested to see more of him and his paint jobs, and today it is the Mordor versus his, it's a mix of Rivendell and Lothlorien Elves. It surprised me a bit because I actually made a new set of terrain specifically for Mirkwood Elves, and Tom comes and brings totally different elves. So new army, slightly of the Mordor. I'm slowly painting new models so I can switch around the army list like I do with my Moria. So nothing too crazy. So sit back and enjoy.
Like this?
Yeah, no worries, Tom. So guys, here is my army. It is led by the Dark Marshal? Yeah, Dark Marshal with the banner. In his warband, he has 6 Black Numenoreans, 6 Morannons with shield and spear, a Morgul Knight, and 2 trackers. Right behind, we have my newly painted shelob. Moving next, we have the Mouth of Sauron. He has 3 Black Numenoreans, 4 Morannons with shield and spear, 2 trackers, and 2 orcs with shield. And my last warband is a simple orc captain with a shield. He has 2 Black Numenoreans, 3 Morannons with a shield and spear, and a regular orc with a shield. So the army is 597 points. It's a slightly modified list for you guys, and the body count is 36. So I'm a little bit low, but we'll see how it goes. And I have no Warhorn because I couldn't afford it. And we'll move on to Tom's army, and let me tell you guys, it is a never before seen army on the channel and beautifully painted.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have High Elves led by the twins, 6 spear and shield and a banner. And then I have Lorien Elves led by Galadriel herself with a mix of 6 bows, shields, shield and spears, and spears.
Yep, so you guys can see Tom's gorgeously painted army once again. This is his first time, or I think on the channel, he's allying. So the excuse for me is if I lose, we have an allied army. And Tom, what's your body count and how many points is this?
27 models, 600 points even.
That is awesome. So we'll be back after we show the table. So guys, here's today's table. I did post in the GBHL and on my Instagram. Made this table actually for Tom for his Mirkwood Elves, but so happened he didn't bring them. So we'll still be using it, but here's the deployment. So all of these ones with a tree are actually forests to make the game more dynamic. These little hill things will count as hills. And of course we have some line of sight blocking terrain. The mission we are playing is Seize the Prize, which is that little token. And we have 1 water feature, so this is the table.
Spouse at home, right?
Yeah. So guys, here's my deployment. We got the Mouth warband here. Right behind him is shelob. Then we got the orc captain in the middle. We'll most likely call him March and his band. Then we have the Dark Marshal. And at the end, a Morgul Knight. That's my whole deployment. Moving on to Tom. Tom, how'd you deploy?
I deployed the High Elf warband first, gave myself a nice line straight to the objective with the twins, and then deployed the Lothlorien Elves second, and again gave the bows a nice line to the objective.
Yep, so we'll see how it goes. I'm fairly confident Tom has this just based off his list. We'll be back after turn 1. Guys, my movement, the Morgul Knight moved around this little impassable terrain with 1 friend. The March got everyone, and as you can see, we just are very close to the objective, keeping shelob within the ways, keeping the Dark Marshal with a lot of in the ways. And moving forward, the Mouth is on this side with his little warband of guys. Nothing too complex. Tom is behind me, ready to move, so we'll be back at the end of his movement. Guys, we are back at Tom's movement. He just finished. So Tom, why don't you tell us what happened?
I moved up the twins mostly on the left, and moved up the infantry on the right with Galadriel compelling a Black Numenorean forward. And then my bows have a nice line of sight right up the middle.
Yep, so pretty simple turn 1. We will be back after shots. We should mention Tom has no March, hence why his guys are slightly behind. So we'll be back. I expect to lose either this model or a couple others, but we'll see what Tom does at the end of turn 1 shoot. Guys, top of turn 2, I got priority again, and Tom called a move off of one of the twins. So Tom, why don't you describe your movement?
So my tactic was to overrun the center. The only way to do that was call a heroic. Hope to stop him, kind of trap him against this terrain here, and this flank we'll just have to deal with. And came up with Galadriel and cast Transfix on Shelob, but she made her save.
Yep, I used 3 will, and I got a 6, so I have 4 will left. So we back at the end of my movement. So guys, we return onto my second movement, and wow, as y'all can see after the heroic move, it is a big turn. So when Tom charged both the twins, I got Shelob into this one, and we are definitely trapping him. The mouth charged in, and 2 out of his 4 will used 2 dice to transfix. Tom resisted on a 5, but he was out of will. So after all the movements was said and done, the Dark Marshal comes in and easily transfixes this twin. So hopefully this will be enough to kill him. If not, well, we messed up. As y'all can see then, the rest of it, we just dogpiled as much as we could onto the characters. 1 Morannon got into these 2. 1 Black Numenorian got into this one on top of the objective. This flank is running towards the remaining elves. The orc captain pulled back because I didn't want Tom to kill him because he has a might. And moving down, we have the Morgul Knight charging this random elf. Hopefully he can hunt down the banner. That's his goal. We have 1 Black Numenorian flanking around. And if we look to the back, my trackers and 1 orc are kind of going in the back just in case Tom breaks through all of this and makes a run for the edge. We'll be back at the end of Tom's turn 2 movement. We just finished Tom's remaining turn 2 movement. Tom, do you want to explain what you did?
I only could move more of my right flank. I just moved everybody up through the woods.
Yep, through the woods, and his archer contingent came running in to assist.
Yeah.
So we'll be back at the end of shooting and combat. So guys, what a momentous turn for this turn 2 of the game. So we'll start. Tom wisely called a combat with his twin. He won the combat by having to burn both points of might, which was huge. He killed 2 out of the 3, which wasn't enough to get the combat. So then we went to my combat, and as you can see, the other twin was slain. Shelob being fight 7 and that many models, it was Shelob and the mouth alone killed the twin. So pretty good for me, 1 big stress gone. Morgul Knight surprisingly won and killed an elf. Black Numenorian won and killed an elf. And orc killed an elf. So it was a very good turn for Mordor. We'll be back at the top of turn 3. Tom, any comments?
No.
Okay. Guys, turn 3. Tom got priority, but Mordor called a move with the mouth, and we rolled off. I got it. So the mouth transfixed Galadriel, actually. So her move was canceled. And once again, we're doing the same combination. Hopefully we can knock out the other twin. As you can see, we are guarding off as many elves, and they are actually sitting on the objective. I will hopefully pick it up next turn. And then the Black Marshal moved up, threw a black dart at Galadriel, went off, but I rolled a 1, so no wounds. We'll be back after Tom's regular movement. So we're back at Tom's turn 3. Tom, why don't you tell us what happened?
So I'm only tried to engage Young after his heroic move and got the Black Numenorian.
Yep.
And on my right flank as well, just moved up. I'm going to have to try to push them off the objective now.
Yep. So we'll be back at the... We have no shots, so we'll be back after combat. So guys, at the end of this turn 3, turn 3, we'll just start on this side. So, my orcs and Numenorians did what they do. We happened to kill, I think, 3 to 4 elves this turn. But Tom came in back. This elf with a bow killed a Black Numenorian, okay? It was very epic. And as we make our way, the other twin did succumb. When you have no might to strike up, and Shelob is fight 7 with that many knockdown and dice. Very painful, with venom, by the way. So it's looking quite good for Mordor. The objective is right below my orc. So we'll be back at the start of turn 4. Tom, anything to say?
I'm never playing elves again.
No, Tom! So guys, we were at the end of turn 4. We did both movements just because Tom has his the rally cap is on, so he's ready. He feels a comeback. So what happened? I got priority. Tom called the move on Galadriel. I used the Orc Captain's last mic to call a move, and
one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Mouth did use his last point of will to transfix Galadriel. Rolled a 1. Then the Dark Marshal used 2 to transfix her. We did, but she resisted. The Mouth does actually have the prize. He picked it up. And as y'all can see, we charged everything as we could. And Tom, you want to describe your movement now?
Again, just a bit defensive, trying to support my engaged models where I could. I did attack the Morgul Knight and shuffled the banner.
Yep. Oh, we should mention this Morannon with the blue token is transfix. The lady just threw a free one at it. And we'll be back at the end of combat because none of us have shooting. So guys, at the end of turn 4, oh my god, Tom was right, the rally cap. So Tom, why don't you describe what happened?
I won all but 2 fights and killed 4 models.
He got a Morgul Knight and a handful of orcs. It blew my mind. We choked. I had a few fights where it was a 2-on-1. I won the fight. Couldn't reroll, so nothing. So Tom is rallied pretty much. I lost 4 models this turn. Tom lost none. We do have the prize, so we'll be back at the end of turn 5 movement. Guys, we are back at turn 5. Tom got priority. I elected to not call any moves. So Tom, tell us what happened.
I engaged as many as I could, trying to get my shields up front. And then with Galadriel, I transfixed the Mouth, who has the item.
Yeah, so we'll see if I can finagle some models. I have a plan for shelob, so we'll be back at my movement. So guys, my movement, shelob ran over the hill and into combat, so I'm trying to get into the back zone. We supported a few dudes. The Dark Marshal decided not to cast any magic, just because there's nothing I want to waste for will, and I'd rather use it for the banner reroll. 2 orcs charge into the forest, half moved, and then we have a couple of dudes in the back just running around. So we'll be back at the end of combat because we have no shooting. So guys, at the bottom of turn 5 combat, rally cap worked a little bit. So I'll start on me. Shelob easily killed 1 elf, and 1 other, I believe orc killed an elf. Tom,
Yes.
You want to describe what happened on your end?
Let's see. I think I killed 1 here.
Yep.
And then maybe 1 here.
Yes, sir.
And 1 over here.
Yep.
Oh, this guy, the tracker.
Yeah, he killed the tracker. So Tom is not broken yet, and I am not broken as well. The Mouth does have the prize, but we'll see if we can push any forward. Shelob is in a good spot, but we'll see, because Tom's rallying cap is he's rolling a lot of 6s now. So we'll be back at the top of turn 6. So we are on the top of turn 6. I got priority. Tom used his last point of might on Galadriel for a move. I countered with the Mouth, but he got it off. So Tom, why don't you tell us what you did?
The first thing was tie up Shelob, feed him a model, then tie up the Mouth. Just shuffled over here so that I had some favorable combats depending on what Young does.
Yep, it's looking okay for me. If another 2 rally cap turns happen, Mordor might be in trouble. But we'll be back at the end of my turn 6 movement. So guys, at the end of my turn 6, we tried saving Shelob to peel this elf off, but Tom's remaining last model, who was out of the move, peeled off Shelob. And every model just kind of fit in. Young Duke, the Orc Captain, is making his way, hopefully, to Galadriel next turn. And yeah, the combat's looking okay. I'm not quite broken, but I have to be careful of my magic because I only have 5 will left on the Dark Marshal. So pretty much it will be mostly for the banner effect. And we will be back at the end of turn 6 combat. So guys, at the end of turn 6, it was both rally cap and not rally cap. So Tom, describe what happened on your end.
I lost most of the fights over here and lost, I think, three models, 2 or 3. And then I won the majority of the fights here and was able to kill 2 trackers.
Yeah, the trackers are the ones tilting it in his slight favor. Young Duke, the Orc Captain, is very close to the Lady of Light. And then Shelob actually got pushed back by this elven guy with a bow. Very sad. But we'll be back at the end of turn 7. I feel like the game is coming to end, so we'll see what happens. So guys, turn 7, I got priority, and as y'all can see, this might be the end for Lady of Light. Shelob and Young Duke charged her, so we'll see what happens. And we tagged every single model we could. So we'll be back at the end of turn 7 combat. Tom, anything you want to say, or
Never play elves again.
we'll be back at the end of turn 7. So guys, I should have mentioned, I realized I didn't record, I believe, turn 7 combat. Nothing of value happened. Shelob and Young Duke, the Orc Captain, did not... We lost to Lady of Light, okay? While she was unarmed, she still won, so we couldn't do anything. So this is the movement you're seeing at the top of turn 8. Mordor got Tom got priority. I used my first might off of the Dark Marshal, and we literally charged everything we could again. The mouth is on his edge with the prize. And Tom's movement, he failed his only elf courage, so they fled. So 2 away from shattering and ending the game. Tom, any comments and remarks?
No.
Okay, Tom, we'll be back at the bottom of turn 8. Okay, guys, this is the bottom of turn 8, and unbelievable. We killed a single model. Tom is not shattered, the game continues. Shelob and Young Duke, the Orc Captain, won, and we only did 5 wounds. Tom passed 3. She has a wound left. Oh, and the banner. He fought 3 models. He has a -1. I rolled a 3 high. Tom rolled a 4 down to a 3. He won on fight value, guys. So the game continues. Tom, anything you want to add on?
Don't play elves.
Okay. On to turn 9. This, I think, will be the last turn of the game. Turn 9. Mordor got priority. The mouth is running up. Hopefully he can do it. We literally recharged everything. I feel bad for Tom. He has not moved a model just because I keep touching all of his models. And a sick joke. The Dark Marshal decides, you know what? Lady of Light, 1 wound, no fate. Black Dart. I get it off. I have 2 will left. Tom wills a goddamn 6. He resisted and got his will back. He has 1 will left. So guys, we'll be back at the end of turn 9 combat. So guys, at the end of turn 9, as you can see, the Lady of Light is dead. We did it. Young Duke and Shelob.
Yes.
So the score is, Tom, you get the book out.
Oh, yeah.
I have the prize, but I did not run off the edge.
And in my territory, so
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
You killed my leader, 6-7, and you broke me, and you're not broken, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, it is a 10-0 victory for Mordor. Though we did talk about it actually in the middle of the game. Me and Tom had a discussion about his play in the beginning. I don't think it was necessarily bad throwing the 2 twins. If the combat went off, I definitely think it would have changed everything. He would have peeled off the mouth. But Tom, how do you feel? Let's do a post game. How are you feeling about it? I know you still killed a lot towards the end.
Yeah, I believe I was too aggressive in the beginning in some respects. I think if I had gotten the transfix in the first turn or the second turn, the transfix on Shelob, things might have been a lot different. But as we discussed, I sort of rolled the dice there.
Yeah.
So, and then you did a really good job of trapping and killing my twins, and that was really that was the game.
The heart of the game.
Yeah.
But guys, it was a great game. Loved seeing Tom's gorgeous army. He brought first time we have Rivendell and Lothlorien elves. First time showing Shelob, so it was the first time for a lot of models in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle report. So there you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed the battle report. You know, me and Tom, I mean, you can hear it in the video. We're always laughing. It's such a blast to play with him. I can't wait for the rematch. So I'm on the fence of either painting more characters for Mordor or starting a new army. Still a bit disappointed by the way I painted my models, specifically the Black Numenorians and the Orcs. So maybe I'll touch them up to a point where I'm satisfied with them. And then for the terrain, I made a post about that in the GVHL. Hopefully you guys like it. I might make a few more. I know it doesn't cover the table completely, but I think it serves a good amount for 600 points. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see. I believe my friend Mike might be coming eventually. I'm not sure what he'll bring, but keep your eyes out for a new battle report eventually.